All right, my first and second grade friends. So you learned a little bit about the artist Romero Britto, okay? And now what we're going to do is today, again, kind of like we've been doing lately, we're going to do a little bit of a practice so we can get to kind of like know his style, all right? And then tomorrow when we meet again, we will watch a video where I demonstrate how we're going to make a fun little piece of art using his style as well. All right, but today we want to make sure we can do his style and we kind of got it down in our brain before I turn you loose on the final. All right, so let's go to the artboard and I will show you what we need to do. All right, so if you remember looking at the video, Mr. Brito has a style where he uses just lots of just bright colors, or it could be like the same colors but like darker on top of lighter, or just similar, like pink is similar to purple, but he combines them in these really cool and simple patterns. All right, and that is going to be a very important part of what we're going to do tomorrow. So what I would like for us to do today is practice some of these on that worksheet that you're going to get today. All right, now these are just a couple of examples, but I kind of want to show you the two kind of different ways you can make designs and stuff. Okay, first off, keep them simple. Remember when we looked at the video, lots of stripes, polka dots, dots, things like that, wavy lines, nothing too crazy, nothing too complicated, all right? But to do this, all right, it looks like it could be a little complicated, but it's really not, okay? I'm going to use two different colors, but I'm going to show you kind of the same thing, all right? I'm going to use like yellow and orange, right? And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take my my yellow, and I'm going to color in this whole space. And you're like, but Mr. Michael, we need to have some orange in there too. Yes, we do. But let me show you what else we can do too. And it's not going to matter. It's going to look cool still. All right, if we didn't do it the other way, this is still going to look awesome this way. And it saves a little time. There we go. Color the whole thing in, okay? Now I'm going to go in. I'm going to put those stripes. And all I'm going to do is I'm just going to color over the top. All right. Just going to come in and put those in like that, right over the top of the yellow. All right. That way the colors, like sometimes you notice when you color with these kind of markers, if I were to have like or yellow stripe and then I go try to draw in a orange stripe next to it, they kind of like smear together sometimes. All right, and it makes your work look a little messier than what you wanted. All right, well, this is a good way to avoid that, just putting the color right on top of the other. But the one thing you have to remember, if you're going to use this technique, all right, you got to put the lighter color down first. All right, I can't put the orange and then hope that the yellow is going to show up on top of it. It's too light. It's not going to. All right, so that's kind of how I do that one. All right, keeps it simple, still looks really nice. Now, to do something similar to this, what you might want to do is, let's see, I'm going to go with some greens this time. Take like a lighter green and a darker green. And this one, you could kind of do it maybe this way, similar to this technique where I put a color down first and then go over it with another. In fact, you know what? I think that's what we're going to do. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to take that yellow. I'm sorry, yellow. I keep getting everything messed up today. This green. Okay. I'm going to lay it down here on all of this rectangle. Get it all colored up. There we go. All right. And now I'm going to take that darker green, and now I'm going to make the polka dots on top. All right. I'm going to make some big ones and like make some little half of ones here or there to make them look like they're kind of coming into the image there. Make sure you color them all in good. Now I'm going to come in and maybe put a few like medium-sized ones here and there, maybe another big one right there. All right. One a little bigger. You don't have to put a ton in there, just some, because we still want to be able to see that light green, but we want to see that dark green on top of it too. And we're doing that by putting the dark polka dots on top of the light background. All right. And now the last thing we could do is like this one. The colors are kind of different. All right. So this is the one where we kind of have to be careful. So you know what? I'm going to use those same colors again just to demonstrate. So I need a light pink, and what was the other one? A purple. All right. So there's my purple. There's my pink. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is, you guys have done stuff like this before, but I'm just going to show you again. So whether it's stripes or dots or something, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in, make those dots, make them all over the place. Some big, some small, some medium sized, some where you only see kind of like half of them coming into the page there. Alright, that probably ought to do us. Remember, you don't need a ton, just enough. There you go. And then, like we've done before in the past, we kind of color around it. My best suggestion for you to do this successfully is go ahead and kind of outline everything first. Alright, there we go. So I'm putting that dark color around everything first. It's going to act kind of like a barrier, a little border or frame. Alright, so when I color, it makes it a little bit easier, and I'm not going to mess up my circles. Alright, and now, done, come back in. But now, you've got that little border there, which makes coloring around all those things a little bit easier. Alright, I'm not going to go through and color the whole thing for you. Just want to show you a little bit because we've got a completely finished example right up there. All right, my friends, so that's the best way to do those. And just as a little hint for what we'll do tomorrow, here's what we're going to put all this stuff together for and make. All right, we're going to do something called the funky forest. Okay, I'm going to show you how to just simply draw these little hills lines here, how to make these real simple trees, and then taking what we learned today and learning from Mr. Britto, we're going to go in and make those little designs and stuff inside these cool stripes of color and areas of color that we're going to make. All right, guys, but that's coming up tomorrow. Today, our focus is on coming up with some different ideas on here. All right, just to kind of brainstorm and get the technique of Mr. Britto down. All right, my friends.